So what's really fucking stupid in this process is that every time you go out and say anything, because of how much Israel has lied and because of the arrogant ways in which envoys of Israel present themselves in the Western world, people just go, all right, Benjamin Netanyahu, what is this? Sorry, I thought it was from today. Jesus fucking Christ, what is media literacy? I know saying sorry is the worst thing you can do on the internet, but I'm sorry, mistakes happen. I mean, he cooked me. Like, he was trying to cook me. That's why he put it in the fucking video, too. I don't know if he used that video in his video, but, like, he obviously clearly thinks I am one of the reasons why Kamala Harris lost, which I think is crazy. Anyway, speaking of people who have incredibly low approval ratings beyond Kamala Harris, let's talk about Benjamin fucking Netanyahu. God, lol, it's like you never even read any history. Don't you remember how the centrist liberals were able to prevent the rise of Hitler in 1933? Yes, my goal is to hopefully eradicate centrist liberalism so they become radical anti-fascists. Okay? The goal is not to push them aside and be right, okay? Because at the end of the fucking day, if we're talking about right now, and if we're talking about what's going to happen in the future, who gives a fuck if you're right in the long run and the Nazis win? Are you stupid? You're dead, okay? In that situation, you're dead. I'm dead. We're all fucking dead. How does that help anybody? Oh, at least like when you're in the fucking concentration camps, you can be like, I was right. See how wrong you centrist liberals were? It came for you too. You know, it's crazy. Anyway, speaking of fucking losers, it is clear to me that the Candace Owens stuff is getting out of hand. So much so that it caused war criminal, genocidal monster Benjamin fucking Netanyahu to directly respond to Candace Owens. What a time to fucking be alive. Okay? Netanyahu slams monstrous lie linking Israel to Charlie Kirk's murder.
Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi propaganda minister, said that the bigger the lie, the faster it will spread. Well, somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie.
A little on the nose, don't you think? Perhaps a little on the nose. You came in with Goebbels? That's crazy. That's wild. What? I don't, my man didn't even mention it in a negative fashion. He was like, and I agree with him. Pretty incredible that the Prime Minister of Israel feels the need to respond to Candace Owens. I agree. That is precisely what's going on here. I guess, to be fair, he is the modern iteration of Adolf Hitler. So it seems to me like he has studied the Nazis closely. Not to understand the lessons, not to talk about like the atrocities and to make sure that this kind of violence never takes place again, but instead to get better at the exact same type of violence that the Nazis committed. So it's not shocking to me that he would come out of the gates with a fucking Goebbels quote. God damn.
That Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder. This is insane.
Dumb fuck Nazis that come in here and say Mustache Man was right, Jews are bad, don't realize that the reason why I hate this dipshit is because of the same reason why I hate Hitler and also you, okay? You need to understand a ethno-religious supremacist ideology that is hell-bent on the extermination of the outgroup is the same whether it is the German Volk doing it to the Jews versus Jewish people in Israel doing it to the non-Jewish people, the Palestinians, the Arabs in general, okay? It's just the same. The ideology is the fucking same. Some of you dumb fucks will never understand this. It reeks of jealousy. It straight up feels like you're just jealous, okay? You're just jealous. You're like, why can't we do it? Why can't we do it in America? I want to do it for a Christian nationalist white utopia. I want Israel, but for whites. I want Israel for whites. God damn. If your war is with an entire swath of the population, you're a fucking delusional loser. Okay? You're out of your fucking mind. I can't believe I'm watching a YouTube drama video between the Israel Prime Minister and a YouTuber. I know.
It is false. It is outrageous. Charlie Kirk was a giant, a once-in-a-century talent who defended freedom, defended America, defended our common Judeo-Christian civilization. Charlie loved Israel. He loved the Jewish people. He told me so.
Something I do when I'm trying to disprove the conspiracy theory that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Release a video saying Israel did not kill Charlie Kirk. That's crazy. Yeah, this is turning into my I'm not a pedophile t-shirt is bringing up a lot more questions that are answered by my t-shirt. You know? It's just like, dude, what are you doing? You're a fucking war criminal. You're a goddamn war criminal. You're a genocidaire. Like, you also are not only a child starver, child mutilator, the person that's doing the modern Holocaust, but you're also a deeply unlikable person. Like, you have no charisma, you have no redeeming qualities. And part of that is because of the first thing that I mentioned, obviously. But you also have no way of salvaging your reputation. So what's really fucking stupid in this process is that every time you go out and say anything, because of how much Israel has lied and because of the arrogant ways in which envoys of Israel present themselves in the Western world, people just go, yeah, I didn't believe it before, but now that I heard Benjamin Netanyahu talk about it 15 fucking times, now I'm not so certain. Maybe Israel did kill fucking Charlie Kirk. That's what it is. That's what this does, okay? This has the opposite of the intended effect. Unless maybe he's trying to make it seem like he did so that people shut the fuck up about Israel or something. I don't know.
Letter that he sent me just a few months ago. One of my greatest joys as a Christian, he said, is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. He encouraged me to make the case directly to the American people about...
Isn't he supposed to be a better propagandist? He's been at it for 30 years. No, because when you're fucking doing propaganda for Israel, it's on easy mode. It's on baby mode, dude. When you're doing war, it's baby mode as well. You're using 2,000-pound bombs on literal babies in their fucking cribs. And when you are doing propaganda for Israel, it's just basically going, give me the money now. If you don't give me the money, you're a fucking anti-Semitic piece of shit. How dare you? That's it. So no, he has never actually been good at propaganda because he doesn't have to be good at propaganda. This is what I kept repeating since October 8th, 2023, that these guys are so fucking used to the media just doing everything for them and all of the complex advocacy networks that they've designed in the Western world to constantly fucking pick up the slack, and all of the unlimited funds that they've given to American Congress to basically quiet everyone the fuck down, that they just never thought they would have to do propaganda, good propaganda. So that's the reason why all of a sudden when the fucking the shift happens and people realize the media point you're making was my point, not the actual quality of his propaganda. Yeah. When the shift happens, you have no way. Because here's another reason why. You want to know why this is so damaging? I will say one thing. It's so much worse for Israel than losing Democrats. That's the reason why they spent most of their fucking effort pumping progressive groups. That's the reason why the ADL was billed as a progressive civil rights organization and not one that was doing neo-Nazi shit and propping up Republicans. That's the reason why AIPAC pumps Democrats full of money, because Democrats are squishy. They don't like seeing dead children. They don't like ethno-supremacist ideals, because in their hearts, a lot of Democrats, you know, are not as like aggressively war hawk adjacent as you would suspect. And that's precisely how this is unfolded. But because they went so crazy with the Holocaust that they are engaging in right now, that they lost the Democrats forever. Okay? But in the process, what they did not realize is they were losing the Republicans too, because of their fucking arrogance. That's why he's so desperately trying to go after Candace Owens and be like, this is not happening. Tucker Carlson, you are a bitch. Oh, here's Matthew Petty on it. After years of running circles around leftists, Likud propagandists have no idea how to deal with people as mendacious and bad faith as them. Millions of dollars learning to master woke argumentation, only to be one-shotted by Candace using their own lie early and often tactic. That's it. That's straight up. That's the point. Your opponents now are people who are just as ready to fucking sling whatever kind of fucking lies and smears about you That's it. And you're getting fucking rolled. You're getting rolled by American fascists. It's also part of the problem because like they don't have a way to communicate with like the new right. Okay. They don't have a way to communicate with the new right, partially because like many of them are deeply anti-Semitic and deeply anti-Semitic in the anti-Israel way. Okay. Some of them believe that all of America's unlimited warfare in the Middle East was done at the behest of Israel, was done at the behest of Jews. And that's the reason why there are so many Muslims in America and in the Western world. There are a lot of people who feel this way. There are a lot of people who think like, oh, we did Israel's dirty work for them, and look what we got in return. There are a lot of people who also fucking despise how arrogant the pro-Israel side is. These are the issues. These are the untenable problems that they have designed. You are 100% right. Republicans feel like we are Israel's ally, but they are not our ally. Yeah, they don't show any fucking grace. They don't show any like gratitude. If I'm a Republican, of course I'm going to be fucking pissed. No matter how much my stupid pedophile televangelist pastor has told me that all the Jews need to go to the fucking desert so that we can have the rapture and all the diabetic churchgoers can get sucked up into the fucking heavens during the rapture, I'm still going to be like, well, I still don't like these fucking guys. What is this?
How vital Israel is to U.S. national security. He told me, the Holy Land is so important to my life, it pains me to see support for Israel slip away. Now, if Charlie disagreed with a policy of mine or a decision here and there, not only did I not mind, I welcomed it. This is the essence of Charlie. This is the essence.
I welcomed it. I would never assassinate him. I would never order the Mossad to do a hit on Charlie Kirk. Here are all the different times where I knew exactly where Charlie Kirk was, alone. Look, look at my phone. We had Pegasus spyware on his phone. We could have gotten him anywhere we wanted if we chose to do so. How dare you? What do you mean? Do you really think Israel would assassinate Charlie Kirk at a school and not kill everyone in the school? Does that sound like Israel to you? That's not the Israel I know. That's so funny. Is this Hasan over the theory now? No, I'm still very critical on the theory, but it is very funny that he is like so desperate that he just keeps making this worse for himself. And the more he comes out and says dumb fuck shit like this, the more people go, okay, maybe you did kill him. You are talking entirely too much. Like, these guys literally made Charlie Kirk's death all about Israel. So, of course, a lot of Republicans were like, that's weird. That's fucking weird. That's the weird thing that you're doing. Why are you doing this?
Of a free country. It's exactly what Charlie stood for. And I knew that his suggestions always came from the heart, from his love for Israel and from his love for the Jewish people. A few weeks before his death, I spoke to Charlie. I invited him to visit Israel again. And sadly, that won't happen. Now some are peddling these disgusting rumors, perhaps out of obsession, perhaps with Qatari funding. What I do know is this: Charlie Kirk was a great man, and a great man deserves honor, not lies. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. May your memory be a blessing.